Welcome back. It is Wednesday, May 1st in the NBA. My three best bets are on the way. What's going on, everyone? My name's Austin from Calling Our Shot. Today, we do not have a special guest, but it was another winning day for us. A 2-1 day, moving us to 9-1 over our last 10 picks. We had Maxi's over in points plus assists. Came at the demise of my New York Knicks. He carried the Sixers last night and pushed that to a game 6. What a crazy game from Maxi. Then we had our Cavaliers SGP. Did have a weird one because we had Jared Allen in there and then he voided, but we still had Mobley did his job and so did Garland. So it was still about plus 113 when it did cash at the end of the day. We'll take that. And our only loser was Kelly Oubre over 2.5 first quarter points. Bro missed a bunny in the first few minutes and then he missed two wide open 3-pointers. Volume was there. It's a Q1 prop. You're either going to hit it or you're not, pretty quickly. A 2-1 day, though, we certainly will take it. If we take a step back and look at how we did in April overall, it's a very good month for us. Now, March wasn't great, but we bounced back in April. We had 54 wins and only 31 losses, a 64% win rate. It's plus 17 units, now up to 42 units on the season. My goal is to try to get us over that 50-unit mark by the end of the year. If we can get them over 50, anything better than that is great for us. So hopefully we can get back over that 50-unit mark like we were last year. And hopefully we can do that once again. And that involves going 3-0 today. Before we dive into the picks, I want to talk about Underdog Fantasy. They are back in Florida, plus a bunch of other U.S. states. And you get a free square right now if you sign up using our code COS or the link down below in the description. They will also match your first deposit up to $100. So if you deposit $25, now you got 50. Deposit 50, now you get 100. Deposit 100, now you got 200. Speaking fast. It's a cool offer. Take advantage of it. You get that Tatum free square for him to score 1 point tonight. Make sure you use our code COS or the link down below. But y'all came here for some NBA picks. The goal today is to go from 9-1 to 12-1. That's the goal. We're going to start with a first quarter prop, and it is one of my favorite props of the day and involves the guy in the thumbnail, Luka Doncic. I really like his over 7.5 first quarter points, minus 111 on FanDuel. Now, if I were the one making the lines, I would make this 8.5. But we're getting at 7.5, given Luka's had a couple bad games. I'll dive into it. Now, Luka, if you look at how he's played so far this series, has been very up and down. Had really good games in games 1 and 2. Last two games, not so much. In game 3, Luka didn't play too well. Shot 7 for 25, 3 of 14 from 3. Did get only 22 points. Now, in game 4, scored more points, shot 10 of 24, but still 1 for 9 from 3. Finished with 29 points. Now, personally, with the Q1 prop, we don't care how the heck Luka does after the first quarter. If he gets us 8 points and then dips, cool with us. But I think he has a big game tonight. I looked at his regular over 32.5 or 33.5 points. I like that, but I honestly don't think he gets there without scoring 8 in the first quarter, where he plays nearly 10 to 12 minutes. Now, if you look at Luka's quarter 1 recap so far this series, he has scored 11, 12, 2, and then 10 points. So he's gone over in 3 of 4. In these games, he's attempted 8, 9, 5, and 6 field goal attempts, plus 2, 2, 0, and 4 free throw attempts. We obviously know Luka is capable of getting to the line, but typically he's going to have a high usage in that first quarter. Now, it's pretty widely known, Luka talked about this after his press conference, that he needs to give Kyrie some help because he has sucked the last 2 games. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out aggressive in this one. I mean, let's keep in mind, Luka in game 4 still scored 10 points in the first quarter. The Mavs as a team had 16, so they got smoked in the first, down by 23 after the first quarter. I expect them to want to start off hot, and I expect them to try to get Luka going in this game, because obviously if Luka's going, it obviously opens up a lot of things for his other teammates. But you look at Luka on the season, he's averaged 9.8 points per game in Q1 this season, one of the highest in the NBA. He's over this line in 62% of games, and when he attempted 5 or more shots, that bumps up to 70%. So we know he's probably getting the field goal attempts today. Heck, he's already had 5 field goal attempts in every single game in the first quarter in this series. And we look at when Luka plays 9 or more minutes, plus attempts 5 or more shots, it's up to 79% hit rate, averaging 11.5 points per game in the first quarter. Well, I can't guarantee Luka plays 9 or 10 minutes tonight in the first quarter. I'd be shocked if he didn't. The man played 45 minutes last game, but I also just think he's going to come out here aggressive. The shots eventually are going to start falling, and hopefully they start falling from the three-point line. If we can get a couple of those, he can attack the rim. It's pretty widely known the Clippers are okay letting Luka beat them. It's the other guys they want to slow down. Coming off a big Kyrie game, maybe they give him some more defensive focus. I think Luka gets going early and often in this game. Give me his over 7.5 first quarter points at minus 111. I'd play it to about minus 130, minus 135. I don't see the line going to 8.5. I personally think the line should be 8.5, but hey, we'll take the discount here, 7.5. Give me that first quarter points for Luka Doncic. Now, my second pick is going to be a rare pick on the channel. Now, you might be like, what the heck does that mean? It's not an under. It actually is a spread pick. And I'm going to be rolling with the Dallas Mavericks -2.5, -116 on FanDuel. Now, if you've been watching the channel all season long, which number one, I really appreciate you for tuning in. We are I don't even know what number video this is on the NBA season, probably like 200 or something like that. But I appreciate you for tuning in. And you would know that I don't do a lot of spread picks. When we were in end of February, March, I was letting Logan do some spread picks. He was doing pretty well on them until we hit a cold spell with them. I don't do a lot of spread picks because it's not typically something I'm super sharp at. They are really sharp on these spreads, but I really like the Dallas Mavericks today on the road to get the cover today. Now, obviously, you can fade it if you want. If you like the Clippers, go back them. But I think this is a great spot to back Dallas. Now, obviously, they're coming off that game where they lost at home, and that was just basically anything that could have gone wrong for the Mavs basically did, besides Kyrie playing really well, and also anything that could have gone right for the Clippers did, as they shot 62% from three. They got 33 points from James Harden and Paul George. And the Dallas Mavericks only shot 33% from three. So they had a plus 30% edge on the three-point line. That's obviously you're going to win games like that. At least you should win, but they had a 31-point lead and they threw that all the way. The game was tied with a few minutes to go, so there was plenty of chances for the Mavericks to come through, and I think that's going to show in this game. I just don't think Paul George and James Harden can continue to put up 33-plus points. I just don't see it, and their role players aren't really playing too well in this series. So I like Dallas to bounce back here. They've been a pretty good team at bouncing back. They're 20-13 against the spread after a loss this season, 5th best in the NBA. They really haven't lost back-to-back games since like early March. If you look at the last 2 games of the season when they benched everyone, sure, they lost back-to-back there. But prior to that, when they were fully healthy, they haven't lost back-to-back games since like March 12th or March 2nd or March 3rd. So I really think they bounce back here. I think Kyrie and Luka carry the show here. Hopefully PJ Washington starts knocking down some threes. He's 1 for 9 from 3 in the last 2 games. Like I said, I don't take a lot of spread picks. I wouldn't take one here if I didn't really like it. I really like the Dallas Mavs at -2.5. Obviously, if you want to take them at 3, 3.5, you can. I saw a lot of books at 3. Obviously, I'm going to take 2.5 because I feel like maybe the Mavs are up by 1. Clippers miss a shot. We go to the free throw line. We knock down those 2. We could win by 3. A lot of games tend to end with 3 points on the dot. So I really like the Mavericks, though, -2.5, -116 on FanDuel is my favorite spread pick of the day. Don't do a lot of spreads. Might be the last one of the season. Mavs, I need you to take home and deliver us a winner tonight. And hopefully it's from a Luka 30-point first quarter. That'd be electric. Now, my third and final play of the day, we're going to go to the other game. Celtics taking on the Heat. I honestly pray that this series ends tonight. Obviously, we're dealing with some injuries. Kristaps Porzingis is out for this game, but I think they bumped up a guy's line, and they probably shouldn't have. It's the man, myth, the legend. Jrue Holiday, under 5.5 rebounds, -136 on FanDuel. When I said that, it kind of reminded me of the Jrue Holiday roller coaster of years past, where if you just looked at his points over, you just did the opposite of what happened the game before. Man, good times for Mr. Jrue Holiday, because that's how it always was, the Holiday roller coaster. But today we're fading his rebounds, taking the under 5.5. It is juiced at -136, but personally, I think it should be about 4.5 -115 both ways. So I don't love it at 4.5. I think that's where the line should be. I think we're getting the 5.5 because Kristaps Porzingis is now injured, but I don't think Kristaps being out really affects Jrue Holiday's rebounding, if any. So we see so far through this series, through 4 games, Holiday has averaged he's had 7, 3, 2, and 6 rebounds. So it has gone over in 2 of the 4 games. He's averaged just 7.5 rebound chances per game. And then the 2 games he went over, he needed 2 offensive rebounds. One of the games he went over on the hook. Last game had 2 offensive rebounds. Then the other one, 7 rebounds, but he had 2 offensive rebounds there. Offensive rebounds obviously are fluky. If Jrue Holiday goes in there and bricks some layups, keeps tapping it in, we're kind of screwed here. But I just don't see a guy like Jrue Holiday being a big rebounding force tonight. We think about how Jrue Holiday, what he does best is defense. So when he's out there, he's typically guarded Tyler Hero. And if we look at this Heat team now down Jaquez, they really don't have a lot of guys that can, number one, ball handle or create for this team. Number 2, really, that's the number 1. That's all we need. And Tyler Hero is going to have the ball in his hands nearly every possession, and that's exactly who Jrue Holiday guards. And we've seen, so even though Kristaps is out, Al Horford's going to slide on in. He's a pretty good rebounder himself. Heck, I think he's a little bit better than Kristaps Porzingis. I think Kristaps sometimes defers those rebounds, but we've seen in the last 15 games without Kristaps, Jrue Holiday is under this line, 10 of 15, averaging just 4.3 rebounds per game. And also the Miami Heat are a tough matchup. Last 15 games, 3rd fewest offensive rebounds allowed. Obviously, those 2 offensive rebounds, we can't do anything about that, but they don't give up a ton typically. 6th fewest rebounds overall. We know the Heat play pretty slow. He's probably going to guard the guy handling the ball every single possession in Tyler Hero. So when you got Hero being the guy handling the ball, potentially shooting 20 times tonight, Jrue Holiday is not going to be in position to grab those rebounds. So, look, I really like this under here. I know it's juiced. I don't really like taking minus 135 plays because I know when I take them, they're typically going to get more juiced because you guys hammer the under with me, and then it's going to get a little bit juiced. So I probably played up about minus 155 or so. I just don't think the line should be 5.5. That's just my personal opinion. I like the under here for Jrue Holiday. I think it's a little juiced. I think it's a winner. So I'll lay the juice here. Jrue Holiday under 5.5 rebounds in this game, minus 136 on FanDuel. Those are my 3 favorite picks today. Hopefully we can go 3-0. I'll take a 2-1 card if that's what we can get. Jrue Holiday's under in revs. Luka's over in first quarter points, and the Mavericks minus 2.5 on the spread. 3 picks, hopefully 3 winners, and hopefully we can turn that 9-1 run into a 10 or 12-1 run. Like I said, if you are new, my name's Austin. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 200K subscribers. We're inching closer and closer to that milestone, and that would be crazy to hit sometime this week. That would be pretty cool. But either way, appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you want to sign up for Underdog Fantasy, which if you haven't already, what's going on with you? Sign up using our code COS, please. It helps support the channel if you use our codes and links down below in the description. And if you want to just click the link, you certainly can. You'll get that Tatum free square plus a match on your first deposit up to $100. Pretty cool offer. It's Austin though. I'm signing out. Enough rambling. Second channel video somewhere here. You guys have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.